Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we are in St. Louis for Game 2 against the Cardinals in this series. We bounced back from that loss against the Reds with a 5-0 shutout of the Cardinals yesterday. You might also be noticing, depending on how quickly you see this upload, that we are not recording at 9 o'clock at night. So no more Purdue baseball games this year, and no more youth soccer, so the schedule has really opened up. Looks like the same lineup we saw out of the Cardinals yesterday. Pujols, he did have a double yesterday, another fairly hard hit ball, though Marvin caught that one. Chris Burke out there in center. And we've got Lizarraga on the mound. I know we have seen him before. I can't remember if that was with a different team, or if that was also with the A's, or if he's always been a Cardinal. Guess it doesn't really much matter now. First pitch from Lizarraga is low. And a high pitch. We're going to be here forever between pitches here. Kester fouls this one straight back. Makes it a 2-1 count. This one will be caught by Pujols, who makes a jumping catch before that can get out into right field. One away. Marvin is going to bat right-handed today, and or at least for now. And he will look at strike one. Hits this one over Lizarraga's head. Turris grabs it and gets it over to first for out number 2. That will bring Chief to the plate. He had at least 2 doubles yesterday. Can't remember if he got a third or not, but definitely his first 2 at-bats he got doubles. Pops this one up towards first. Pujols makes the grab. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. A 1-2-3 affair to start. Juan Pierre will start things off for the Cardinals. You can see normal lineup in here for the Squirrels. Gill on the mound today. First pitch to Pierre is called a strike. And then hit foul over by the tarp. 0-2. Called strike 3. Pierre does not like the call on that curveball, but here's Cesar Turris. And he will start off with a ball down and in. There's a called strike, makes it 1-1. Swing and a miss, makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Here is Pujols. This is a bit of an interesting counterfactual where Pujols stays in St. Louis but Molina doesn't. Although maybe it doesn't change all that much because Pujols kind of still just remained a Cardinal legend anyway. Anyway, Pujols singles through the left side of the infield. That'll bring Adrian Beltre to the plate. And he has a 1-1 count to start. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. A check over on first, and the throw goes a bit wide. Terry is able to make the adjustment. And then back to the plate to get a swing and a miss, and that will end the first inning. Scoreless as we go into the second, and Terry will lead things off for the Squirrels. Terry crushed a 2-run homer yesterday. I believe that was in his second at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Hits a ground ball right to Cabrera at second. 1 down. My nose is getting runny here. I think it's just allergy season. Frank at the plate. Starts off with a strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. And pops foul. It will make the seats behind home plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Tom to the plate now. Alright, Tom has a 1-1 count to start this at bat. Really need the Squirrels to get somebody on just to speed up this delivery. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Line drive, that'll be up the middle, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Tom will go into second base with a 2-out double. That's the first base runner for the Squirrels. So now we finally get to see Lizarraga from the stretch. Zach at the plate. And he will look at strike 1. Ground ball to second, and that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the second. 1 hit apiece for the teams, but no runs. Juan Encarnacion will lead things off for St. Louis. Encarnacion puts a nice line drive into deep right field. It one-hops the bullpen wall, and he is into second base with a leadoff double. Off the bat, I was a little afraid the ballpark wouldn't hold it. Ends up hitting right on the middle of the warning track. So that'll bring Chris Burke to the plate. First pitch is inside. And that's a base hit into left. That should score Encarnacion. Throw does eventually go home, but it's far too late. Cardinals with the 1-0 lead. Sky at the plate. Runner still on first. And he tries to steal, and he is thrown out. So the base is now empty with 1 out. Sky did swing at that pitch. Hits this one, a ground ball to second. Kester takes care of that. 2 away is Drupal Cabrera at the plate. He will look at strike 1. Swings and misses, 0-2. High hop to third, Chief over to first. That ends the bottom of the second, but the Cardinals take the 1-0 lead here early on. We'll go into the third, where Joey will lead things off for Indianapolis. First pitch is called a strike. Line drive right by the first base coach. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll bring Gill to the plate. See if he can steal a hit here. First pitch, called a strike. Second pitch, he is behind on a fastball, makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back to the top of the Squirrels order. Lizarraga with 3 strikeouts the first time through the Squirrels order. Only gave up the 1 hit, so I would say that's a pretty successful trip through the opening salvo. Kester has an 0-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on base. Then a ground ball to short as Turris grabs that, throws over to first, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. Still a 1-0 Cardinals lead, and Lizarraga will start things off at the plate. Lizarraga hitting .364. Don't know how many at-bats that is, but still impressive for a pitcher. Gill starts him off with a strike. This one just misses outside. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, Juan Pierre at the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat, one of 4 Cardinals to do so the first time through. Pierre starts off with the ball, and actually make that 2. There's a called strike on a curveball, makes it 2-1. Called strike on a high fastball, makes it 2-2. Gill goes with the curveball, and it is popped foul. Still 2-2. Gill tries again. This time gets Pierre to swing and miss at a high fastball. Cesar Izturis at the plate. There are 2 outs, nobody on base. First pitch is too low. There's a called strike right down the middle. And the fastball is too low. 2-1. This one hit towards short. Joey takes the one hop, throws it over to first, and that will end the 3rd inning. Cardinals still lead 1-0. The Squirrels will start off with Marvin in the 4th. Marvin ground out in his first at-bat. This sinker misses outside. Then a line drive. That'll be the 2nd Squirrels hit of the day. A leadoff single into right. Chief fouled out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Towards the middle is Turris to second, and Cabrera on to first, not in time there. So 1 on, 1 out for Terry. Just switch runners at first. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike on a slurve. That one looked low to me, but popped to short as Turris takes a few steps back and makes the play. 2 away, runner on first. Frank struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. This will stay fair. That's a base hit into shallow left. Runners will be at second and third. Just a very well-placed ball by Frank to give the Squirrels some pressure here and a chance to tie or even take the lead, depending on what Tom does at the plate. On the other hand, there are 2 outs, so Tom is going to have to get a base hit if they want to score a run. First pitch was called a strike. Second pitch is fouled away. Sky going after it, and he just barely comes up short. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Lizarraga, and that will end the top of the 4th. So the Cardinals will cling to that 1-0 lead as they send Pujols to open up things in the bottom of the 4th. Pujols with a base hit in his first at-bat. He starts off with a sinker in the dirt and a slider in the dirt. Gill really trying to work Pujols low here. Elevates a fastball, and Pujols watches it for strike 1. And a fastball on the inside corner. Pujols whiffs on it. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, Beltre at the plate. He struck out at his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here on a backdoor slider. Broken bat, but it's going to get through for a base hit. Right up the middle. 1 on, 1 out. Juan Encarnacion hit a solid double in his first at-bat. Watches that fastball go high. This is a foul ball. 1-1. Ground ball to short, on to second. Kester on to first. In time, 6-4-3 double play to end the 4th inning. Cardinals still with a 1-0 lead, and they will start off with, or as the Squirrels rather, will start off with Zach in the 5th inning. first pitch is a fastball for a strike. Pops this one up near the plate. Sky makes the catch there in foul ground. Joey struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch is called a strike. And that fastball is off the plate. 1-1. Excuse me, swing and a miss on that sinker makes it 1-2. As that fastball sails high. Inside, we've got a full count. 1 out, nobody on base. And Lizarraga fires in a fastball that gets hit right back up the middle for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. Gill at the plate. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. There's the bunt. I figured that was coming. Gets down a pretty good one. I mean, not for a base hit, but for a sacrifice, which is what it was. Puts a runner on second with 2 outs. Kester to make his third at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Called strike 3. So the Squirrels again get a runner into scoring position, but can't do anything with it. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 4 hits apiece for the teams, but the Cardinals holding a 1-0 lead. Chris Burke coming to the plate. He got a base hit in his first at-bat, drove in the only run of the game so far. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Sky at the plate. Ground out, I believe, to second in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch here. Hits this one into the air. Marvin drifts a bit back and makes the grab. Is Drupal Cabrera at the plate now. 2 down, nobody on base. First pitch is called a strike. Curveball swung far too early on. Another curveball, another swing and a miss. That will end the 5th inning. So we go into the 6th inning. Marvin will come to the plate for the Squirrels. Still a 1-0 Cardinals lead. A lot of zeros up there on the board. Marvin is 1 for 2. His average sitting at .299 at the moment. Watches that pitch low. There's a called strike. This one is fouled back. 1-2. Back to Lizarraga, who makes the play. Throws over to first for the first out. Chief is 0 for 2 today. He's fouled out and ground out. Average at .401, so sure he would love to get a hit and keep the average where it's at. He'll look at strike 1. Fouls this pitch away for 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Terry also 0 for 2 today. So that pitch misses, down and away. There's a called strike, 1-1. Another called strike to make it 1-2. And that pitch sails a bit high. Terry into the air. Did he get all of this one? Oh, off the top of the wall. Wasn't that hard hit, but it was right down the line, so he could have snuck one out of the park there, but has to settle for a 2-out double. It's it off the top of the wall. Brings Frank to the plate He will ground out to first to end the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Lizarraga is going to lead things off for the Cardinals, who still lead 1-0. He struck out in his first at-bat, dropped his average about 30 points. Looks at strike one here. Ground ball. Joey picks it up, throws to first, one away. Juan Pierre struck out in both at-bats so far today. As this fastball misses inside. This is too low, 2-0. Called strike one. Oh, not a great pitch if you ask me. Swings and misses at the sinker to make it 2-2. This one outside. Pierre lays off. We've got a full count. And then a swing and a miss for Pierre's third strikeout of the day. His Turris is also 0 for 2 today, though he has actually hit the ball. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses at the second pitch. And then hits this one into center field. That'll get down for an easy single. 1 on, 1 out for Pujols, who is 1 for 2 today. Single and a strikeout so far. Runner takes off on Pujols. Why would you do that? Although he does steal the base, so what do I know? Pujols did swing and miss at that pitch, and this sinker is inside. 1-1. Then a swing and miss at the curveball. Swing and miss at the curveball again, and Pujols strikes out for the second time today. We'll go into the 7th inning. Sorry, my voice is going here. All right, that's better. In the 7th inning, Cardinals still ahead 1-0. Tom at the plate looks at strike one. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Popped foul. Sky will chase it down and get the first out. Zach is 0 for 2 today. Ground out and a foul out. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 down. Joey is 1 for 2 today. First pitch is called a strike. This pitch misses, down and in. 1-1. Catches the inside corner to make it 1-2. And Joey will get a base hit up the middle. And we will go to the bench for a pinch hitter, which I suppose will be Phil again. All right, runner on first, 2 outs. Lizarraga starts Phil off with a fastball that's inside. That fastball's called a strike. Phil takes a look back at the umpire and then fouls this one back. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. We'll go to the 7th inning stretch. The Cardinals leading 1-0, and they will send Adrian Beltre to the plate on the other side. go to their bullpen once I get the volume set. Computer being very pushy about things. Gonzalez will come into Joey's spot, and we will flip around the middle infield.
Your attention, please. Now coming right to pitch for Indianapolis, number 76, Gonzalez.
All right, Adrian Beltre is 1 for 2 today. First pitch is called a strike. This is hit towards the middle and just out of Kester's reach. So a leadoff single, and that will bring Juan Encarnacion to the plate. Hit a double in his first at-bat, but then hit into a double play in his second. This one looks more like a double play ball. Phil will go on to first, not in time. Close play, but Cardinals do beat it out. Chris Burke at the plate now, 1 on, 1 out, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Hits another ground ball to short, but this time it gets through the infield to put runners on first and second. Still just the 1 out. Sky at the plate. Did he get hit in his last at-bat? I can't remember now. Anyway, he has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. And pops this up. Tom should have it. And he does. Asdrubal Cabrera now at the plate. 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch, a cutter for a strike. And a straight fastball that swung on and missed. Changeup that Cabrera does not chase. Another changeup. This one hit to Phil, who will throw to first, and that will end the 7th inning. Still a 1-0 ball game. Kester due up for the Squirrels in the 8th inning. Kester is 0 for 3 today. First pitch swung on and missed. Swing and a miss again. Makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Marvin at the plate. He's 1 for 3 so far. Pops this one up. Will it make the dugout? It does. Actually, just over the dugout. So Lizarraga fires in a fastball that swung on and missed. 0-2. And Marvin goes down swinging. That'll bring Chief to the plate. He's also 0 for 3 today. After he'd been pretty hot the past few games. Hits this one in the air, but foul. Second pitch is out of the zone. 1-1. Fouled away again to make it 1-2. This one's in fair territory as Turris goes back, and he does eventually make the grab. Ranged pretty far out there. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cardinals still ahead 1-0. Lizarraga's due up. Does look like the Cardinals are going to let him hit, so he'll come back out for the 9th. First pitch is down and out. This one down at his feet, 2-0. There's a called strike. Though it didn't look a lot different from the other 2 pitches. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That should drop Lizarraga's average below 300. Juan Pierre struck out in all 3 at-bats today as he looks at a ball. Hits this one towards third. Chief on to first, and it is not in time. Took a bit of a high hop, and Juan Pierre quick enough to beat that out for his first hit of the day. As Turris will flip around left-handed, looks at strike 1. As Turris did get a base hit and stole a base in his last at-bat. Has a 1-1 count here. This Splitter misses outside. Gonzalez, fastball also outside. We've got a 3-1 count. Ground ball. They would love a double play here. The throw to first, though, not going to be in time. So 2 outs, 1 on for Albert Pujols. He's 1 for 3, struck out in his last 2 at-bats. Hits this one to short. Kester will throw over to first. And that'll end the 8th inning. We go into the 9th. Cardinals trying to make that 1-0 lead stand up. Terry is going to lead things off for the Squirrels. Terry nearly homered in his last at-bat. Had to settle for a double high off the wall right there by the foul pole. Swings and misses at the first pitch here. Another swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that'll bring Frank to the plate. He's also 1 for 3 with a double. Although his double wasn't hit near as hard, but it was well placed. First pitch, a sinker out of the zone. There's a called strike low in the zone, we'll say. Pops this one up. Lizarraga will field it himself, still actually on the mound. So Tom at the plate. He's the last chance for the Squirrels right now. He got a double earlier in the game. It's actually the first Squirrels hit of the game. Hits this one foul. He's got an 0-2 count. Oh my goodness, I think Tom just tied the game. His 4th home run of the year, a 433-foot shot. And this game is tied 1-1 with 2 outs in the 9th inning. And with 2 Squirrels down to their final strike, and Tom gives it a big ride. So Zach is going to come to the plate, and he will look at a ball outside. And this pitch misses down and in. Lizarraga is starting to struggle here now. First time we've seen him really labor. Gets that fastball by Zach. This is up the middle for another base hit. Oh, we got to get ready to pinch hit here. Go with Quinton. All right, 2 outs, runner on first. Lizarraga still out there. First pitch is called a strike. Quinton batting right-handed, I should note. Gets behind 0-2. And looks at strike 3. But we are going to have to play the bottom of the 9th. We are tied at 1. Adrian Beltre will come to the plate for the Cardinals to try to get that lead back. How do I want to handle this? I think I want to give Jones another shot at it. He did not have things the other day against the Reds. Let's see if he comes back any stronger today. All right, Beltre is 2 for 3 today. Strikeout and then a couple singles. Looks at strike 1 here. This is right back up the middle. Jones gets a glove on it, but not enough to keep it from being a hit. The Cardinals are going to pinch run, even though Thomas is the same speed as Beltre. Not sure that actually helps. Juan Encarnacion, a ground ball to third. Chief goes to second with it. Phil on to first, not in time there. 1 on, 1 out. Chris Burke is 2 for 3. Looks at strike 1. And breaking ball didn't do much. That was a big problem for Jones the last time. That breaking ball just not doing a lot. Doesn't do a lot here, but Burke pulls it foul. 1-2. Fastball, high hop, but foul to third. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away, Sky at the plate. He is 0 for 3. Ground out, fly out, and foul out. But no strikeout. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. And this is fouled away. We'll try it again. Ground ball to second, and we are going to go into extras. 1-1 as we go into the 10th inning. Phil is due to lead things off for the Squirrels. So Thomas will come out. Helms, that's who was starting at third, is going to come in to play third. Phil will hit this one into right field for a leadoff single. And that will bring Kester to the plate. He's 0 for 4, struck out in his last couple at-bats. Cardinals have stuck with Lizarraga as Kester bunts for a base hit. And that doesn't work out, but it does move the runner to second. So Marvin now at the plate. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Pitch misses inside. Looks like this will be the end for Lizarraga as he grounds to second. Cardinals get the out. Runner goes to third. Chief will come to the plate. Moylan's going to come in to try to keep that runner at third. Chief is 0 for 4 on the day. First pitch is outside. Second pitch down at Chief's feet, 2-0. This one called a strike on the outside corner. And that one's too low, 3-1. Is he going to walk Chief? Well, not on that pitch. We got a full count, 2 outs. Runner on third, though. And that's going to be a walk. Runners now on the corners. Terry at the plate. Still 2 out. First pitch is called a strike. And this will not get down. Good play at second by Cabrera to keep it 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. And he will also lead things off at the plate for the Cardinals. In like an hour. All right. Cabrera with a 2-0 count. And he pops this one into center field. Marvin coming in, actually. It drops in front of him. Marvin can't get there. That's a leadoff single. Actually thought he hit that harder than he did. And Troy Gloss is going to come in to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot after that leadoff single. Jones starts off with the fastball, but it's low. And then that fastball is called a strike up in the zone. Line drive, but foul down the third base line. Makes it 1-2. Ground ball gets out of Kester's reach, and the Squirrels in some trouble here. Juan Pierre is going to come to the plate. Vasquez is going to pinch run for Cabrera, even though he's actually slower than Cabrera. Pierre watches a pitch outside. Pierre just had an infield hit in his last at-bat. 2-0 the count here. Ground ball to Kester. He goes to third with it, and that is the only out the Squirrels will get, but it is the lead runner. Is Turris to the plate. 2 on, 1 out. That pitch is foul. Then a swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Albert Pujols at the plate. Just, boy, not what the Squirrels wanted to see, though he swings and misses at a breaking ball. This breaking ball doesn't make it back to the plate. That's a line drive up the middle. That's going to score a run. Albert Pujols, does what you expect him to do. And the Cardinals pull out this game in the bottom of the 10th inning. Your final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 1, St. Louis Cardinals 2. Though, frankly, it's pretty impressive the Squirrels were able to stretch the game that long. That was the first run of the game, and that held up for all the way up to the final strike for the Squirrels, where Tom made this happen. But Jones couldn't quite get that last out. Kind of unfortunate for him that last out was Albert Pujols. That was a tall ask for anybody. Pujols is your player of the game for knocking in that winning run. So thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we're going to see who wins this series tomorrow. We'll see you then.